Welcome to CUTV News. This is Elsa. CUTV will be looking at the Fringe, so don't forget to grab your tickets or stay tuned to CUTV. But on a more serious note, a group of Iranian mothers gathered today to mourn the loss of their sons overseas. CUTV spoke to the event organizer. Let's take a look at the footage.
Nous commémorons la mort de 5 jeunes Iraniens qui ont été pendus la semaine dernière. Des gens qui ont été arrêtés, torturés, des hommes qui ont été violés. Il y a la liste d'une vingtaine de personnes d'opposants qui ont reçu leur mandat d'être pendus et qui attendent leur mort. Et imaginez un peu les parents. Vous allez voir que le peuple iranien est vraiment en deuil, mais qui a beaucoup d'espoir malgré tout.
CUTV News got an interview with the Duck Wife, the woman who is organizing the show, The Duck Wife, which will be appearing at the Fringe Festival. So check it out.
So I'm here with Jen Doan, the choreographer of The Duck Wife. That was really amazing what you just did in studio. Can you tell us about your show?
All right, The Duck Wife. Where do I begin? It's been an epic journey. So the show is going to open for the Fringe on June 12th, and it's basically this collaboration with me and a band from New York called Grub Animal. The Duck Wife is basically this fusion of this rock music and dance and theater to tell the story of this young boy, a young hero who runs off and looks for his wife that runs away, and so he goes on this epic journey to find her. We open on Saturday, June 12th, and I think we have a show that Saturday, Sunday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday. Yeah.
Okay. So lots of occasions to check your show out.
Yeah, and we're also going to be in Ottawa and Toronto and Edmonton in August. So
that's confirmed now?
It is confirmed now. Yeah, it's totally confirmed now. We're going.
So for a third Inertia Productions show, this is really, as you say, an epic one. And
it is. So come see The Duck Wife, please.
Okay.
Yeah. All right. Duck Wife.
CUTV News is going to be covering the Dance Animal show. So we'd figure we'd bring in some animals today.
So I'm here with members Robin Henderson and Anders Yates from Dance Animal, comedy dance troupe that's performing at the Fringe. What's your show all about?
Well, this year our show is called Dance Animal Presents Freaks of Nature, and there's sort of two themes that run throughout the show. We have the theme of the animals at work, so we've styled the show so that the first half of the show the animals are in rehearsal, and then they find out some exciting news that they've gotten into the big show, which is taking place at the Bell Center. And then the second half of the show is them performing on stage at the Bell Center. So there's that theme at Dance Animal at Work. And then there's also the theme of freaks that runs through the choreography. I won't tell you who the freaks are. We'll save that as a surprise, but that's where that thread comes in.
When we're talking about dance animals, we're still humans.
Yeah.
We just have, totem animals that we relate to. Mine's Dance Salmon, and he's somebody who was studying at McGill, doing a joint thesis in particle physics and theoretical dance. And found himself rejected by the scientific establishment and was rescued by Dance Tiger to become a part of Dance Animal. So he's very, very shy and nerdy and awkward, but has a passion for dancing.
Well, it's only our second year. So last year I had everybody write their own monologues, and then Dan and I dramaturged and edited them. Whereas this year I wanted to move the idea of Dance Animal forward. I wanted to show relationships. I wanted to let our audience get to know our animals in a more intimate level as they get to know each other on a more intimate level.
But the most important thing for right now is to come see Dance Animal Presents Freaks of Nature at the Montreal Fringe, running from June 10th to the 20th. And then if you're in Toronto, to see last year's show done entirely in English, Dance Animal Presents Dance Animal at the Toronto Fringe. And then back in Montreal at Zoo Fest, last year's show done almost entirely in French, Dance Animal Presents Dance Animal. They're all amazing.
Okay, well, thank you again, and I hope you all got that. Be present to check out the Freaks for Nature show or all the other possibilities in Toronto and Quebec and Montreal again. And back to Elsa.
Montrealer Jake Freekin Smith recently performed in the midlife crisis of Dionysus, voted #1 best of Montreal play in the Mirror. We've got him in studio to talk about his new play at the Fringe, How to Survive an Existential Crisis. Here's our interview with Jake Freekin Smith.
Yeah, I got one of these.
So I'm here with Jake Freekin Smith, also known as Jake Smith, simply. And he is here because he has a new show at the Fringe Festival playing in Montreal.
Yep.
Is that it? And it's called How to Survive an Existential Crisis.
Yes, it is.
And it is pretty crazy from what I've seen at the Fringe for All. So first of all, thanks for coming. And can you tell us a little bit about your show?
Yeah, sure. Well, the show is autobiographical, so it's not a history of my whole life. It's sort of just a small chapter of my life, but I went through a pretty intense existential crisis, and what brought me out of it, which is kind of a secret that I'm saving for the show, so I can't tell you that part of it, was a really big life-changing sort of experience, and I wrote a lot about it at the time while it was happening, and then afterward, applied to the Fringe and felt inspired to write this show, and so I did, and got a lot of other people involved, and yeah, that's how the show sort of came to be.
And it's a one-man show, but obviously you've got a whole crew behind you to make this happen.
I do, yeah. Emily Quayle, who is a recent Concordia graduate, is directing. Jimmy Jam Belmar, who often works here, he's doing all the video projections, and he's been doing an awesome job. He did the Fringe for All thing, actually. I'm doing all the soundtrack stuff. It's a completely original score. Eleanor Young, who's also a Concordia student in dance, she does the choreography because there's a little bit of dance in the show.
You're dancing, I suppose?
I am, yeah. It's sort of, yes, I guess.
Can you dance for us in studio?
I could do like a little tap dancing or something.
Oh yeah, that's true. That Jake is also a great tap dancer.
I do a lot of tap dance, yeah. I actually just played at the Festival de Musique Actuelle as a tap dancer in this big orchestra with Sam Shalabi, so that was really cool.
And what is exactly an existential crisis for the viewers that have never experienced one or seen one happen?
Okay, an existential crisis really can range. There's a wide range of what an existential crisis can be. It can go anywhere from just staring at yourself in the mirror in the morning and being like, why the fuck am I going to work right now, to like seriously contemplating your own existence and trying to decide if what you are interpreting as reality is actual reality or if you actually matter at all. It's really just, the technical definition is contemplating one's existence. And if you're having a crisis, then you're having difficulty with your own existence, maybe defining, why am I doing the things I'm doing in life? Is anything I do important? If you start asking each other, if you ask yourself these kinds of questions, that's usually a good sign that you're having an existential crisis. Mm-hmm. But they can range. I mean, I go through many existential crises every day. Friday the 11th at 6:30, Saturday the 12th at 3 o'clock, that's our volunteer show. Sunday the 13th at 10:15. Tuesday the 15th at 6:30, which is our 2-for-1 show. Saturday the 19th at 10:45, and Sunday the 20th at 4:30.
Okay. And venue?
We are at venue 3, which is the Geordie space, L'Espace 4001. And it's a really nice little space, actually. It only seats 85, and it's not just some guy talking about his problems for an hour, A, it's only 45 minutes, and B, there's a lot of other things going on. Like, yes, I do talk about things, but there's also dance, and there's also music, and there's also film. And I saw 24 shows at last year's Fringe, and there was only 2 that I didn't really enjoy.
And you've got the dates, so go check it out.
Definitely.
It's coming up. And back to Elsa.
That's it for CUTV News, and we'll see you next time.